What is happening? Welcome to another pitch video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollock, and today we're going to talk about Kevin Gausman. I know there are a lot of guys on the list that we do want to talk about. I know we will get to Bryce Miller after his next start, but I want to do it right after the guys go. Kevin Gausman is dominating right now, 10 strikeouts last night against the Yankees, and I want to show you exactly how he gets it done. It's not too difficult to follow, and we're going to see it right now. It's going to start with his bread and butter, which is throwing strikes with fastballs. He does that endlessly. So there he goes. He pumps that in there against DJ LeMahieu. And then that is the beauty. That is the secret sauce to Kevin Gausman that no one else can replicate. His splitter is this ridiculous thing. I'm not even going to be able to do it correctly right now, but he essentially does like some ridiculousness that I tried once to do. I think it actually might be like this. I tried once to do it, and I couldn't do it. I used to throw a splitter like this, or actually I would do a really ridiculous one, almost like a forkball, with the seams on opposite sides. Gausman found this thing. He's essentially throwing like a curveball on one side, and this, there's a clip of it. I have massive hands, and I couldn't do it properly. It felt so awkward. Not only has he found that grip, but he does it so consistently, and it's such a beautiful movement. Look at this, right at the bottom of the zone. We're going to watch it one more time. This is such a beautiful, beautiful pitch. Oh my gosh. Oh, like, what are you supposed to do with that? That's insane. And what he can do now, which is really cool, is Gausman throws through a fastball right here and through a splitter coming back down. So what we can see now is that we could even go upstairs over here with a fastball, or you can just actually plop that. Actually, let's do this with this one. We can plop it down here now with a splitter. Like, you can mess around with this because you just had the back door here and we had this over here, right? I had a coach in high school, and it still rings with me today. He would always say, in 2 strike counts, 0-2 counts, you got options. You got options. That's what he would do. And it's right. Like, you don't have to do one exact thing in an 0-2 count. You have so many different ways to get a guy out. So we'll see what he does. Where are you going to go with Kevin Gausman? Yeah, of course, another splitter. It's just so filthy. One more time. This thing just falls off the table completely. Oh, well, that's that one. Yeah, sorry. That's what it set up, and then he throws another one underneath. Gosh. It's just so good. Like, what are you supposed to do? I don't know, DJ. Not swing, but, like, maybe that's a fastball. So now he gets a lefty. Throws another one. This is, like, one of the filthiest pitches in baseball. Really, I mean, Gausman being a 2-pitch pitcher, I mean, sure, he has a slider that he mixes it in every so often. I mean, it's just all on this splitter. It's just perfection. I mean, all right, Jake Bauers, what are you going to do now? So he tries to throw that one. That one is obviously a lot worse. Fastball up now. Oh, he gets it down. Oh, man. So that's not the intention. He was trying to go upstairs with it, which I understand. You're trying to go like upstairs here, and then the splitter starts there and goes down. Throwing this low fastball against Gausman, you might want to think if it's low, you let it go, right? Because then it could be the splitter falls out of the zone. So you're taking a chance that it's a low fastball at the bottom of the zone. He missed there, and now it's in Bauers' head. Like, you don't know, man. Whatever the next pitch is, it better be low if you're Gausman. Because either Bauers is going to have to swing at it as another low fastball, or it's going to be a splitter that falls off. So I wouldn't even try and change eye level right now. I would play with the fact that Bauers doesn't know if the low strike is going to happen or if it's going to fall off the table. That's what I would personally do. Let's see what we got. Yeah, and he goes with a splitter then. Good job, Bauers. You guessed correctly that it would be a splitter, not another fastball down. So you could play with that and then actually throw the fastball, or you can throw another splitter and get in his head. We'll see. Looks like they're going for something low there. No, they're actually messing around. This is fascinating to me. You see this? So there is nobody on base. No one is here, right? This is empty. And this is a deke. This is as if like a man is on second and you're trying to showcase, hey, get it down, get it down, get it down, as if it's a breaking ball or something like that. But who is he deking? And we used to see this back in like 2018, 2019, when teams suspected that other teams were cheating. And this is, maybe you can say, it's possible you can say something like, maybe he's going to hear the glove hit the ground, and maybe try and lean on that. Maybe he's thinking like he's seeing my catcher movements. But this is atypical for no one on base. And the fact that he goes from here all the way back up, look where how quickly the glove moves here from it dropping. And then all of a sudden back up, right?
And he got him, overpowered him with a fastball.
And that's a very interesting thing. So that's a fastball down the middle, and you're like, wait, how could Bauers miss that? Because he just threw 2 nasty splitters, and he just doesn't know if that's going to be another one or not. It's really good. Also, that's 97 for Gausman. Nice. It's beautiful. And they're even talking about in the broadcast right there, right? No surprise. So that's another fastball right down the middle with Gausman. And what I do want to say is there are problems with Gausman about four-seamers allowing too much hard contact this year. I mean, it was a problem last year for Gausman. It's why he had the high BABIPs, I believe. He actually still has a high BABIP, but he's striking out more batters that it's not elevating his whip so much because there are just fewer balls in play allowed by Gausman. But it's still an issue, and it is a root of that fastball being more hittable than we want it to. But he's still able to get away with those because they don't know if it's going to be the splitter that falls off the table. And that's how other pitches in your pitch mix make pitches better. If only he could just locate that four-seamer a little. Like, that's two down the middle. Doesn't matter. Volpe is just like, oh gosh, I'm so prepared for that splitter. So now you got to throw another splitter, right? Okay, so good job, Volpe. You come around on that one, right? And this was inside the zone. They wanted this one to be up. This falls down. This wanted to be upstairs there, right? So maybe if Gausman actually did locate it, he could have gotten the whiff on it. But props to Volpe, at least he got on top of the pitch a bit. He just happened to hit it right to the glove. I want to show one more other quick inning here. We're going to go to the 6th. This is another fun one. So that's a slider. And that's really good. That is a first pitch slider, which is a hanger. Don't get me wrong. This is not an ideal location for a slider, right? He's trying to get this away. That falls right in the middle of the plate, 87, okay? Thing is, it's 0-0. And as we're just talking about with Kevin Gausman, he throws four-seamers and he throws splitters. And that slider is to sneak in a strike. And as long as you get it inside the zone early, very rarely are guys going to be prepared for that to actually do damage against it. And you can see now with Bader, he's reacting to a fastball and he gets a slider, tries to stay back long enough. He doesn't. And it's a foul ball down the line. You think, oh, he got away with one. No. Gausman got an expected strike. That's a great pitch. He doesn't need to touch the slider again now. That's done. The whole purpose of it was to get to 0-1. You got it. Now you do back to fastball slider. Fastball splitter. So he tries to go splitter. Misses that. He's probably going to mix in a fastball now because he's got to speed the bat up a little. Or at least get the different velocities, right? Because he had 87, now he had 86. Now you establish 95. Beautiful. And what's cool about this isn't necessarily where they were aiming for it. I feel like they were just like, just get it over the zone because he is not really knowing what is going to come now. You threw a splitter and a slider so far, right? What's cool about this is now that you have it here, you can throw this now. You can throw that splitter inside and completely eat up Bader if you can locate that. That's what I would do. You missed it. Try it again. Tries to go for a fastball, and he's swinging and missing on that and like not actually connecting on this. And 95 down and in is actually, in a lot of two-strike counts, would be considered a mistake. 2-2, not as much so, but like let's say it was 0-2, that would be so good for a lot of guys. But I would really, really try and execute a splitter. Oh, he went with a high heater. Oh, Bader's upset. Yeah. It worked. I'm super, super happy this worked. Is it? You can see how Bader's upset. I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm not going to criticize that. That's pretty cool. Fastball inside, you get an out. This is a much better fastball than we've seen. So this one, I mean, it's interesting because Gausman isn't like, this is supposed to be down and away, right? Look where that glove is. This is supposed to be over here. It's supposed to be trying to go the outside corner. And instead, we get it up and in. But this is a really good spot. And if Gausman can do this all the time, I mean, that's actually my favorite place to go for four-seamers. Up and in, they generate quicker outs, I think, than any other location for a fastball. So, great. You just got a quick out. That's beautiful. In the 6th inning, you're at 87 pitches now. Oh, cool. Let's just not show the splitter. That was a splitter down. And so now he can get away with a fastball over the zone, right? Like, sequencing matters so much with Gausman. He's playing this game of cat and mouse with Yankee hitters. It's why some nights you can see a ton of splitter whiffs more so than others because guys are cheating out on it. And sometimes you have to do that against Gausman. If you think of it as a 50-50, if you can lean on heater, you know, you can take advantage of this 96. Because it's not a particularly well spotted. It's a good control pitch, and it's why Gausman has such a low walk rate. But it's not really this pristine precision four-seamer. Generally, I will say that Gausman is generally good at a game plan of going inside with them, but whatever. What's really annoying, too, is that that's 2 splitters now I haven't been able to see because this broadcast is like, yo, we don't want to show stuff. I'm not going to do that. Let's move on. I'd throw another splitter here instead of a fastball. And you can see that he's actually swinging on that fastball, right? So if you threw a more competitive splitter, I think you have the whiff on that. Also, this is not the place you want to go to try and get a whiff. Like, you're giving him the most time possible, the easiest way to connect. If his bat is slow right now, trying to go for an 88 mile per hour splitter, throwing it there is actually the easiest place to make contact and catch up. So don't love that. Oh, Sand just froze him because he's thinking splitter. This is actually harder. So, and this is also like right on the edge. Again, Gausman's trying to do this, which I'm all for, and he gets away with that. But I think you guys understand what he does now, right? It's splitters that are just so filthy and like no one can touch. And it amplifies the fastball, even if it's not necessarily hitting its spots. He got away with some here, especially with like missed locations that happen to be on the edges. But Gausman's splitter is just so good, and it's why I think you can kind of actually see the volatility here. You got 4 strikeouts in this video today. You got 2 groundouts, one from LeMahieu, one from Volpe. But you guys can see how it could go poorly. Right? You can see how if guys are jumping on the fastball mistakes that he made and are ready for it, that's why he allows as much hard contact as he does, and that's why his BABIP is never going to be underneath 300. It's probably going to be somewhat elevated. But that's okay, because the splitter is just so stupid good that these things are going to be generally more in favor for Gausman than they aren't. And also allows him to go 7 innings or so with a good amount of consistency. But that is Kevin Gausman. I hope you enjoyed this one. We're going to be covering a lot of guys this season. I'm doing these every single weekday morning, 5 days a week. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, all that stuff. Help us out. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. That's my goal. Let's see if we can do it. Help me out and get there. Enjoy all the previous videos, too. We've gone through over a lot of pictures over the years, and a lot of it still applies today. But that is it. So my name is Nick Pollock, and may your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.